This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, the simulcast show, your talk show on radio and TV. And of course, today we've been talking about relationships at work. You know, who should love more in a relationship, the man or the woman? Who should love more in a relationship? And so far, I've been taking calls from you. Some of you said, no, the man should love more in a relationship. You know, the man will always cheat, will always have a side chick. So it's guaranteed that even if he does all those things, because he loves you more, you know, he won't cross the line. You know, and somebody else says, oh, the woman should love more in a relationship so that I go no say I don't secure this bag. Say this woman, you know, say I'll be confident that this woman is mine. She loves me more and she's not going anywhere. What are your thoughts? What has been your experience so far? What has worked for you? I want to know. Call in on 0705 999 excuse me. These numbers where I don't call time. Finally, it won't cut my mouth now. But you know the numbers to call. It's literally on your screen. So call in to be a part of the conversation right here on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. As always, I have with me a special guest in the studio, all the way from Houston, all the way from ABJ, all the way from you know where, and she's just made her way right here into Lagos, you know, to be on Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and I'm super excited. Loki, I didn't know all this backstory, but she gave me the backstory. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm right here with a relationship and marriage coach. They call her Coach Next Door. I love that name so much. And she embodies a remarkable commitment to social work and, you know, advocating for women and even abuse victims. Her efforts extend beyond raising awareness about mental health issues and making her a prominent voice in promoting overall well-being. And I already know that right here on Deep Waters, we are all about physical and mental well-being. And beyond our public persona, she is dedicated advocate, but also not just that, but also a loving and praise wife. You know, when I saw this loving and praise wife, I was like, ooh, okay. Okay. She's also a mother with a wealth of experience, and she's been helping women and even people generally shape their lives for the better. Ladies and gentlemen, I have with me Sandra Bayi, aka Coach Next Door.
Thank you very much, Deborah.
Literally, you're next door, actually. Coco. Hi, Coach. Who's there? No, you know what's why I'm doing my face like, because literally I was on WhatsApp, I posted it, and I just replied somebody said, oh, women should love more something, and said because women are unstable. So now you confirm that by saying that
yes,
our love is like NEPA. In other words, we are unstable.
That's actually very correct. Because a lot of things changes, right? Our hormones and all of that, like, you know, our feelings go up and down, but a man's love is solid. A man's love is very strong, and I believe that that's the main basis of a relationship. So if you see a successful relationship or marriage, if you look deeply, you will see that there's a man there that is greatly in love with the woman.
But don't you think that would be unfair? Because if you say men should love more, then just see, it's like every other thing in this world. No matter how we have rules and laws and all that oh, this is what is right and this is what will succeed, there are always exceptions,
right?
Yeah. So wouldn't that be fair on the man to say, oh, all men must love the woman more than she loves him?
So basically, both of them will love each other. A woman, it's easy for a woman to fall in love, right? But in a man's case, a woman, you can love her into loving you, but you can't love a man into loving you.
Really?
So basically, you could be like, who will I even use? Bianca Ojukwu, the most beautiful woman in the world. You know, you could be so sexy, cook the best meal, but if that man doesn't love you, he doesn't love you. But a woman, if you love her, show her, give her attention, care for her, she will start loving you, right? But the thing is, your love, you as the man, your love needs to be more solid. It needs to be stronger for that relationship to succeed, because you can't really, like, you can't change a man's stance in things like this, in issues like this. You can't really change a man's stance. So it's better that he's loving more. That way he's pouring into the woman, because as a woman you will get worn out, you get tired, because you're loving, you're giving out, but nothing is replenishing you.
I think it goes both ways. The man too, if he's loving and he's not getting back,
there are things men want more than love. Men want, if you're respecting them, nurturing them, caring for them, which is a woman's natural stands, right? We're nurturers, we'll care for them, we'll fill them up, we'll help them become, all of that. But most times men don't even need your love. A marriage can go on and move really smoothly without a woman's love. Trust me. Once you respect a man, respect him, do all you're supposed to do as a woman, he's fine.
Oh.
And the relationship could still be successful. Love is needed both ways, but my point is a man's love should be more, because it just balances things out. Because naturally we're overdoers, right? Women, we do too much. We do too much. So a man brings that stability that is needed. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. So how bad can it get in a situation where I'm the one feeling this guy right now, and I've tried to, he's not feeling me, but I'm feeling him. And what should I saying? I should just walk away from
Deborah,
that situation?
just walk away. It's too much. Like, no, you can't make him feel you. If you make him feel you, maybe like seduce him or draw his attention, you have to keep doing those things to keep him, right? Or he'll just come for the sex and that's it. He has to be interested in you. He has to see you, fall for you, be attracted to you, and then chase you. So if you're the one feeling all these things for him, you could position yourself strategically, right, for him to, know that you're available. But you can't just go ask him out and be the one loving him and loving him into a successful relationship. I don't think that's too much for you.
But you coaches that sometimes say that this thing has no rules. There's no rule to this thing called relationship or marriage.
That's not Coach Next Door.
Okay.
I don't know what coach is saying that. Coach Next, there's for me, right, there's rules to everything, right? I feel like, a lawless society is a chaotic society. There has to be rules. It can be bent, but there has to be rules for anything to work. So I believe that based on my faith, I go by what was instructed in my faith. So everyone, depending on your faith, there should be something that you believe in, and you should go by that. So it's just like your Apple iPhone. You can't just use an Android manual to work your Apple iPhone. So I believe that there's an creator of marriage, an originator, and whatever he instructed, that's what I'm gonna follow.
Okay, interesting. And I have another question to ask, because a caller, when we started the show, said, okay, I like my woman to love me more, so that I can feel confident and know that she's mine. 1, 2. Women are quite unstable. If she's the one that I love her much, she might start to feel some certain way or be all over the place. But because she loves me more, she's mine. She's grounded. I'm confident that this woman is mine. And according to him, his relationships have worked.
You can't lose a woman that is well loved. It's not possible. Like, it's impossible. I could never, for example, I'm going to use myself as an example. For any man to even have my attention, you will have to outlove my husband. That's impossible, right? He has confidence in the fact that he knows that he loves the hell out of me. Do you understand? So he won't feel like, oh, another man could just easily get my wife. No, because you would have to outlove him, and that's literally impossible. So if you love your woman, right, I feel like telling a woman to love you because you want to become, I feel like it's selfish. I feel like that's selfish, because you should.
So on the woman's part, it's not selfish. When as a woman, you want a man to love you more, it's not selfish.
So a woman will naturally love you. That's what I'm saying. Both of you will love each other, right? For a woman, it comes where it's easy to make.
No, sometimes you don't. You don't even you don't like the man.
If you don't like the man,
sometimes you don't like the man.
If I'm coaching you,
have to grow to like him.
Yes.
So,
but you will grow and eventually outlove him. Do you understand? So you will grow. A woman, you can make a woman love you. If you treat her nice, give her attention, love her in her love language, she will start to love you. Do you understand? She will start to love you, and might even outlove you. But the thing is, that stability, that solid love has to be from the man. Because even in her outloving you, that person that called in and was saying, oh, his relationship has that's what he thinks. Do you understand? That's what he thinks. That's what I would say. Because it will seem like that. Women can, it will be like, oh, she may tell you all these things and whatever. He doesn't know for sure if, she's, I don't know if they are married. I don't know the context. I don't know the context of their relationship, if they are married, how successful was the relationship, because it's successful if it led to marriage, right? And most times, most men won't even marry a woman that loves them more. They will get tired of that woman. They'll get irritated, because men are not built to collect. They are built to provide love, provide care, they're built to do that. So they are not receivers. So if you're giving and giving and giving, you could actually make him lose interest.
Interesting. This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters, and I have with me Coach next door, Sandra Nbeyi, helping us understand the topic of the day and to get deeper perspective on, who should love more in a relationship, the man or the woman. If you have questions and thoughts and opinions, you can be a part of the conversation calling on 0705. That person that was calling in, that I say you had to pause now. Now it's time for you to call him on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. Do you agree with Coach next door that a man has to love a woman more? Me, I'm still not very convinced, but maybe before the end of the show I will be, but I'm still not very convinced, because I feel like I said, there are no hard and fast rules to this thing. But I've seen situations where, okay, I understand where you're coming from, and the man has to be that stable love, from you. But a woman's love can also be stable.
So if you see a successful marriage, do your research. If you see a success, when I mean successful, I don't mean enduring. Some people are together 50 years, 40 years, but they are not enjoying their marriage, they are enduring the marriage. If you see a successful marriage that's actually being enjoyed, they are good people. The wife loves him, she's a sweet person or whatever, but the man's love, if you talk to that man, you will see that he absolutely loves his wife. When a man loves you that much, there's basically nothing that will, very little will be able to break that marriage, because he will protect you. All other factors that come from marriage, in-laws, all of this other thing, finances, so many crises that marriage brings, that stable love will carry you guys through. And you will just see that woman happy, glowing, becoming. And as she's becoming, she's also propelling that man into everything he's meant to be. And that's how success happens. So as he's fueling her, filling her with that love, she's even giving him double. Because that's women, you give us, we multiply. So as he's loving her, she's taking that love and multiplying it into all these things, making their house a home, just lavishing the kids with love, lavishing the family with love, even pouring into him, fertilizing him. And this man will be growing and growing, and the whole world will see that, this marriage is successful. Like, this man is, he's solid, he's with a good woman. And you also see the woman glowing and, becoming more beautiful, and that's success.
Okay, so now let's fast forward to situations where people have actually gotten married, and maybe unfortunately or unfortunately, the woman married the person she loves more, and why are you talking?
She will keep working. She will keep working. She will keep loving. She will keep love. She will keep trying to please him. I'm telling you, that's how it is. She will keep. Whatever she did to get him.
And what's the worst case scenario? What?
She will get worn out. She will become exhausted. There's nothing else to give. She's given everything in her. There's nothing else. So where do they go from there? I've seen situations like that. I've coached people like that. The man is even irritated. What's irritating him? He's telling you things that are actually love to a woman. So basically, his wife is over-loving him, and he's irritated. He's irritated by her love. Men are not built like that. You can't just make a man love you, change him, or love him into loving you, or care for him into loving you, or cook for him into loving you. That's not how it is. He has to see you. Find something in your core and fall for that, and build from there. It can be built, but his love still has to be more. Otherwise, you will keep pleasing, keep doing everything. Life changes. You understand? There's childbirth. You will have a baby. Your body will just go in different directions. You will have postpartum and all of that. Crisis from childbirth will come. Financial crisis. All of this. Do you think a woman's love can withstand all of those? You think I didn't want to see my husband after I had my baby. I was healing. Do you understand? I didn't even know what intimacy was. I didn't even want to be in the same room with him, because my body was going through all these crazy hormones. But guess what? His love was still there, solid for me, supporting me, taking care of the baby, helping me heal, helping me recover, and waiting for me. I had no love to give at that point in time, but his love carried us through. So by the time I was ready to come back to my normal self, that love was there, waiting. All I needed to do was meet him there, and we continued. So imagine if when I had nothing, he had nothing. what do you think that will result in? It could even result in domestic violence. Because now he'll see me sleeping on the bed and he'll come and hear, why are you sleeping? There's work to do. Are you the first to give birth? It's been 2 weeks you gave birth. Why are you not recovered? Our toddler is there. Things like that.
Yeah.
But because of that love that he has for me, he supported me through it. And that's how it should be.
So if you're now in a situation where the deed has already been done and you are already working and the work seems to not be ending, what should you do?
You go explain.
No evidence.
So basically, at that point, I don't know. This is where therapy comes into place.
Okay.
You can actually save such situations if the man is weak. And men are their ego. You understand? So I don't know how you can even get him to even agree.
No way. You can't even get a man to like fall for you.
While in the marriage, you can.
Yeah.
People have to begin the process of, you figure out what he likes, what he's attracted to. Because you guys missed all the steps. You didn't follow the steps. You jumped. Right? So now you have to go back to the drawing board and figure all of that, make him fall for you, and then you guys start talking.
And then you start doing that pulling away and all that stuff to
start playing games and all of that. And I've seen it work. I've actually seen it work where you reverse psychology.
Yes.
But that's stressful. Who wants to do all of that?
But it's better than divorce.
Well, yes, you can work on that. You can see a therapist, and you guys can communication. Once you start communicating, because even when the man loves more, there are sometimes that the man is like there's crisis or whatever, and you guys have to talk it out, and whatever you believe in, do therapy or pray or whatever, and you start rebuilding. So it's possible you can get him to that point. But if you're single, the singles, which is why I focus on the singles, because it's easier to save a marriage before it starts, and prevention is better than cure. So if you're single and you're trying to decide and you feel like, oh, this man loves me, but I don't love him more, I don't love him, but he loves me so much, my sister, check all the other things, make sure he's he checks all the other things, and that's it.
I hear you loud and clear, Coach Next Door, but I've heard situation. I've read even like 2 weeks ago. I read a situation where this lady says, "Oh, I'm not feeling this guy. I don't really like this guy, but obviously he likes me. He wants me. He wants a family. He wants all that." And then I just shut my eyes and said, "Let me give this a go, because at least I'll be able to get what I want and stuff like that. But I know he loves me more." And then 10 years down the line, she's still not in love with him, and now decides to walk away from him.
It's possible, but it's rare. Also, there's a selfish connotation under there, like he's giving me what I want. Could that be like a financial relief? You see, that's the thing, because in situations like that, I want to talk to the couple. I want to hear there's more. There's always more to it.
Sometimes when a man loves you, sorry to cut, when a man loves you more than you love him from the start, that's already some selfish connotation right there.
It's not, because that's what they are meant. That's how it's meant to be. That's how it's meant. That's how it was originally. That's how it's created. That's what it's supposed to be. A man meets a woman, likes her, is attracted to her, goes to her, because he saw some things in her, some, characteristics, and he falls for those things, and he falls in love with her, and he loves her, and she would fall for him eventually and love him and all of that. But my point is, that stable one. But the thing is, in that case, sometimes the woman will see a man like that and they'll just be like, oh, I don't love him, but he has money, let me marry him. Now that's a whole different thing altogether. Or, oh, he's good in bed, let me marry him. That's a whole different thing. But you can meet a man and he has good qualities, he's a husband material, he checks all your boxes, but you're just not feeling like that lovey-dovey, right? You're not even meant to feel that way before you marry. I don't even
really?
Yes, because that's just one aspect. Butterfly will fly away. When crisis come in that marriage, you'll be looking for the butterfly. Where is it? Do you understand? Because marriage is a big deal. It's a serious thing. It's more serious than all of that puppy love. It will not always. So, but that is love and your commitment to him. When a woman is committed to you, that's all you need. Because all of her will be you. So you don't even need nothing else. When she says, oh, this man loves, like when I married my husband, it was his love alone. It was. Yes.
So you're that mean girl.
No, I wasn't mean. He saw something that he wanted, right? And he said we should get married. And he told me my love will carry us through. And he meant every single word of it.
Wow, he said that.
But now, you could argue I love you more.
Aww.
But I still know that stable love is
You
there.
love the way he loves you.
Exactly.
This is Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Coach next door still in the house. I keep missing your calls, but please do also call back on 0705 993 6937. This we are almost in the last segment, or we're in the last segment of the show. So if you want to call in, this is the time to call in. You have thoughts and opinions and questions, call in on 0705 993 6937 or 0705 993 7937. I will try as much as possible not to miss your calls again. Thank you. Okay, so now let's talk about loving equally.
Okay.
That's equality. Is it possible for a man and a woman to love themselves equally?
The way I say it is bring your best. Bring your best. Everyone bring your best to the table. Don't bring 50, don't bring 70, bring 100 and you bring 100. Now how that looks to the world or whatever doesn't matter, but as long as you're bringing your best and I'm bringing my best, we're trying, we're working on it, it's going to succeed, right? So if you ask me and my husband who loves each other, I will tell you I love him more. He will say he loves me more, right? Because we're striving to love each other equally. But deep down inside of me, I still know that this man's love, do you understand? Like his love is something that I need, like it's stable. You understand what I'm saying? Like I said, it goes off and on. I love him. I mean, I would die for that man. I love him. But that stability, I keep emphasizing on that. It doesn't change. Do you understand? It doesn't move. It doesn't move.
But it's not fair when people say that the women's love is unstable.
We're not the same. We're not built this. We're not created
But
the
we
same.
can love one person. What do you mean by stability? Because we can actually love one person and be consistent at it.
So that's not what I mean. What I mean is a man, right? I don't know how to explain this without. So a man was created to, like, should I use the word be the head? I know people, Nigerians like that word, be the head, but I don't even think people understand what being the head means. Being the head means dying to yourself, loving this person to the point where you can give your life for them.
And you
Right?
don't think a woman can do that?
They can. It's very possible that they can, but I'm saying that a man should be in that situation because, let me explain it this way.
Okay.
A woman feels that way. She loves this man to where she can die for him and all of this, and the man doesn't, right? So, I mean, where are they going? Okay, how does she even keep this man? If he says he doesn't want the marriage anymore, goes to have kids outside, starts cheating.
Okay, so
your goodness will save you. Your
what
love,
if
you're loving
you
him.
guys love each other equally, like you're on the same
That's
level?
good. It's gonna look like that. But what I'm saying is, when you look at the success, it's gonna look like in a healthy marriage, in a successful marriage, it's gonna look like they love each other equally.
Okay.
It won't look like that. But when you talk to them deeply, is what I'm saying.
Okay.
You would then see that the man's love is very solid. I mean, I brought this amazing couple to my show a couple months back, and it was amazing, their love. Oh my God, it was amazing. It was lovely. And I started talking to them on the show, and I was talking, and it became obvious that this man loved. It was crazy. And she was going to say, "Oh, he's always touching me. He's always doing this." You know, people always say, "Why are you always touching your wife?" And even on the show, he was still touching her and all of that. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So to us, they love each other, two of them. In fact, we even see the woman's love more because she expresses it more on social media. But when I talked to them, I saw that what has really carried them is his love.
Wow. That's incredibly.
You see marriage where a woman is struggling, she's unhappy, in-law issues, drama here and there. It's the man. It's the man. He's not doing something right. I'm serious. They teach us that a woman builds the home and all of that. It's not that serious. We don't have that much power, truly, because the man is the head, right? So you should live up to the headness. The headship is a serious thing. Headship is service. And what service? So you have to. That's just what it is.
There's this thing about they say, oh, if a man doesn't love you enough, he's most likely to cheat or walk away. But don't you think it also applies to the lady too?
Love and cheating has nothing to do with each other. They are two different things. So cheating purely is just an act of indiscipline. Just a selfish act of indiscipline. It's a choice you make. You could love someone because love is an action, right? Love is something you decide to love. So you can love someone and still be selfish and still not be disciplined enough to decide to cheat on them. That's a decision you make. It has nothing to do with, how much love or whatever. She could be loving you, giving you, even give you a kidney, and you still cheat on her because you're selfish, right? And you can still decide that you will go cheat or whatever. The woman can do the same. So it's two different things. Cheating is a completely
different ball game.
Yes. It's just indiscipline, selfishness.
Interesting. Now, I've heard it so far. You say a man must do the loving, but in situation where the man actually wants to be loved more, not give the love out, what is that situation?
He wants to be loved more. He doesn't want to give the love out.
He wants his woman to love him more. What is that? Is that narcissism or what?
There's some low-key narcissism there, because that's not how men are built. Do you understand? That's not.
But nowadays, men now know that they will win. Some men know that, I will win, or I would have this woman in check. I like to be with a woman that loves me more, or just to have her in check, or to have her in my arms.
Control. That's where that right there is abuse coming. It's coming. You see, right? So that right there is a sign. That's a red flag. Why do you want someone to love you? Because you want to control them. If you ask a man, what do you want in a wife? Most guys, single guys that I've spoken to, and I speak to a lot of them, what do you want in a woman? You hardly hear them say, I want a woman that loves me. You hardly hear that. You hear things like, I want her to respect me. I want her to honor me. I want her to be God-fearing. I want her to be a good, things like that. You hardly hear love, because it's just not, how we're built.
Yes.
As a woman, you hear, I want a man that loves me, provides for me, and all of that, because that's how we are. The 3 P's. You want a man that, provides, protects, and what's the third one? I don't remember. So, that's just what it is, naturally. So it's very rare for you to see that. But when you hear that and you talk to that man deeply, you see some they want to control, they want to, there's some narcissistic tendencies in there. Because what are you going to do with it? Do you understand? If I'm committed to you and and I agree to be your wife and submit to your leadership, what are you going to do with my love? Do you understand? I'm already there for you. You own my life. Do you understand? Like, not like own my life,
but I changed my name for you.
I have your kids, and everywhere I enter, I'm here now, but guess whose name you called? My husband's name. So that's what it is, right? It becomes, so what else do you want? She's giving you all that she is.
Interesting. This is a lot. My head is like literally spinning, and it's such a situation, in a situation where as a single lady you're just there, and then you're seeing this guy you love, but you can't just find the person that really loves you, or the one that really loves you. You feel like, I'm not. You've not heard of situations where you say, this man I really love doesn't love me, but the one I don't love loves me, and I don't know how to go about
I went through that too. Almost every woman has been through that phase of life where, this is who I love. And if you notice, that one that you love, it hardly works. He will either cheat on you or break your heart, carry it like this and throw it on the floor, like drop it like it's hot. Do you understand? It hardly works out.
Yes.
So I always advise young ladies, like, keep your own love behind first, and just look at this guy, examine him. Does he check all your boxes? What is it that you're looking for in a man? Does he respect you? What is his character? What are these things that are important to you? Check all of that. Does he adore you? Check all of these things, because you will love him. If he's for you, if he treats you nice, there's nobody that they treat nice that will not love that person. Imagine me treating you like a princess and all of that. You fall in love with me now, won't you?
I will.
You will.
Like, I'm already falling in love with you now. Coach Next Girl, thank you so much for sharing. This has been really unexpected. I felt like I knew how this conversation was going to go, but it blew my mind, because I wasn't able to predict. Thank you so much for sharing, and for helping us understand the topic of the day, who should love more in a relationship. And you gave the answer. The man should always love more. And I was shocked that the men usually the men come.
They're probably angry, right?
They are not angry. They agree with you. If they're angry, they would have called in by now to say, I don't agree with this coach.
They probably, when they think about it, they probably see that
this
she's
is
actually making
a lot of sense.
because
Yeah, because I know my audience, honestly. Thank you so much for coming. To all who called and was part of the show today, thank you so much for being a part of Deep Waters with Deborah Waters. Deep Waters is live on Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, 4:30 to 5:30 p.m. on Mondays, 5 to 6 p.m. on Wednesdays, and 5 to 6 p.m. on Fridays. If you love what you heard today and you want to be part of the Coach Next Door community. They can find you at Coach Next Door, right?
Yes, at Coach Next Door.
Too easy.
Instagram,
Too
Facebook,
easy.
everywhere.
Too easy. She's the Coach Next Door, indeed. And of course, I'll be laughing again on Wednesday at 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. Thank you so much for watching, and bye bye. I'm short of words.